this is the height of the snow now, much taller than me. 6 foot, that's crazy. And look at the height. They've been packing them since a couple of days now, and it looks like there's no progress yet because it was just an apocalypse here, honestly. That's the tractor packing the snow, but so far so good. This is the progress they've made, and still going. It's literally every car park outside, every roadside is filled with snow, so it's very difficult for people to just walk. Everywhere is still filled with snow. Some people that hasn't used their cars in a while will struggle to move out or go outside because their car is filled with snow. Their doors are covered, that you can't move the doors, otherwise you scratch the car or probably can't even open. It's almost impossible to open their cars. That's the advantage of having an underground car park, because most people that live outside struggle with it, but most people that live underground or have underground car parks or rent underground car parks never struggle with this kind of problems. So like the progress they have made so far has been good, because I passed this metro yesterday. This was where I filmed the metro, around Metro Ulica 1905 metro station. The situation here was crazy. There was no place that you could walk, but now it's much better. There's still a work in progress. There's still much work to be done, of course. They've been walking all day, as I can see, and we don't know how long they're gonna have to keep walking because the snow is just crazy. If you're not a good driver, you have to like drift on the road. So if you're not a good driver, you're gonna struggle. You're probably gonna hit some snow or have an accident, which nobody wishes on anybody. But so far so good. They've made proper progress, and we're very thankful for the people that are in charge of, packing snows in Moscow in general, because it's been crazy. It's been a crazy apocalypse in the past couple of days. They've been packing with this kind of cars literally everywhere. They've made progress in cleaning, so everybody that is walking outside should actually be very, very thankful, because if they didn't clean it, we will struggle to walk outside, honestly. So far so good. That's the situation. Cars are blocked. Of course there's more traffic because the people that are packing the snow are blocking the road, so it's difficult for normal cars to just move. Still crazy in some streets, of course, but like this is the height of the snow. This is a bus stop, and this height of the snow is like crazy. There's been constant work by these people walking. I can't even imagine how they feel. They really need tea because they've been walking for the past 48 hours, because the snow really got crazy for the past 48 hours. So if you don't have to take tea, you're just gonna get sick, because they've been outside packing, people are moving, they're using shovels and things like that. There's a whole crazy situation out here. So like this is life after the apocalypse snow in Moscow. Literally crazy. Imagine living in an area like this. This is a residential area, and there's this snow as high as like a 7 feet or almost 90 meters. That's crazy. You just have to be very careful walking outside by this time, because if you fall down, you're gonna injure yourself so much, because the grounds are very slippery. There's still work going on. You would think that most of these people would have been tired, because they've been walking for like 48 hours, and there's non-stop packing literally going on. There are tractors, there are caterpillars. Look, that one is the equipment has probably fallen off because they've been consistently working for the past 24 hours. So it's very difficult to consistently maintain such effectiveness with all the snow that they've been packing without stopping. Some of us are still in the Christmas fever, but we can't help but survive the snow that has been trying to make life difficult for us after the Christmas fever. We just celebrated Christmas here a few days ago, and now it just feels like we're in a whole new different dimension. You can see people walking there, all hands on deck. The big tractors are walking, normal people are walking with shovels. That's the only way, the fact that the community is coming together, finding workers. Some of them look like workers, some of them look like just residents of this whole street. The fact that they're coming together to ensure that outside will be cleaned is a very commendable thing to do. it just looks like a drifting cut outside because the way the snows are all packed, and they're all very high in some places and low in other places. This is literally the roadside. This is one lane out of 3 lanes or about 4 lanes, and it's all covered in snow. You really need to be a good driver, and you need to have winter tires to be able to survive the slippery roads that the snow has caused. Because that's the only way to survive through this. Because if you don't have expertise in driving through these kind of difficulties, going through this kind of situation will be very difficult for you without incurring or having accidents, literally. It's a good thing that some of these cars have been cleaned up. It was much worse a few days ago, and it's still getting better. There's still more work getting done. And this is how you know a car that is on the ground, because there's no snow on it, so it's parked on the ground. We're still talking about the situation of cars after that heavy snow. This is the situation of cars now. There's a whole work that needs to be done if you want to use your car now, because it's fluid. It almost looks like the car is shaped like that. It looks funny, but at the same time looks interesting, of course, because before you have to make use of your car, you have to, like, if you want to meet up for an appointment, you'd have to come out like maybe like 30 minutes earlier, because you'd have to just clean up and just tidy up the cars before you can be able to use it, because you cannot drive your car in that situation. There's work still going on. Everyone is working. People that have cars and people that don't have cars, trying to clean up everywhere. So far so good. This is the situation in this street. It's gotten much better. Still a lot of work to be done, because all of these things has to be packed. I mean, this one's, it's not necessary that this one should be packed, but the one on the roadside that is affecting the road has literally claimed 2 lanes. This is a 4 lane street, 2 on this side, 2 on the other side, back and forth. But so far, it's only 1 lane that has been effective because of the snow. So a lot of work to be done to ensure the safety of people driving, and of course the safety of life and properties. It's just crazy out here. Having a parking sign this high and then having the snow almost reach it is crazy. Some cars you can see from a distance. Those who are lucky are the ones that parked their cars in a place where they clean the snow beside it so they can drive out. And those who are unlucky, their cars are covered with snow from the front to the back. But so these ones are all lucky because they parked the snow around this area, or maybe they just came back home today or last night, because that's the only way you have your car free enough to drive out when you want to go out. Imagine having a driveway, but you can't drive out because the road is covered in snow. These cars, imagine about 10 cars can't drive out if the snows are not packed. Imagine people that need to go to work on Monday. It's crazy because today is Saturday. Living in an area like this where the road is all blocked, you literally have to walk out if you want to go to work, or probably use the subway, because there's no chance, except you want to carry your cars by your hands, which is almost impossible. They're all covered in snow. The road is covered. Imagine all the people that live there or that go through that direction is done. They will just have to wait. There's no other option to get out of this situation. It's crazy, very sad, but like, it's unfortunate. You know, it's one thing very common in Russia that even in winter, people are still doing their construction work. But for the past couple of days, it's almost impossible to continue working at the construction sites because of this snow. It's just too heavy, and it's gonna cause more destruction instead of more productivity. Literally, this is how it looks like. Like, they just have to park. I don't know how long they're gonna leave everything like this, but so far that's the only way to like prevent more destructions, because they just can't walk like this. The more you walk, the more snow falls, and the snow didn't just fall in a way where it's light. It fell in a very, very difficult way where you can't pack it and walk at the same. If you pack it, it will be filled in minutes.